Hello and welcome to Little Sue. So as you can see by the title, it is that time of the month again. It is the Oh So Inspired collaboration, and this is our inspirational piece. So it is a fringe heart design, and there's the fringes on it. And if I just try and make, I don't think I can make this bigger, no. So it is this gorgeous scrapbook layout, and it's the Happy Couple. So it's Happy by Joannie, and this is our inspirational piece for this month. So like always, it will be linked down in the description box with all the other subscribers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom you back out again, and I will show you the paper pads that I have chosen. So these are the paper pads that I have picked to make the fringe heart with. So I've got this Mix and Match Modern Basics, and I absolutely love the colours in these. I thought these would be fantastic for making one of these fringe hearts, and that's the inspiration that I'm picking from. Mine is the fringe heart. Now everybody will pick something different. So this is another Mix and Match love story, and I just absolutely love the pinks in this one. And then the last one that I've picked, I do actually have two of these, and I can't remember where I got this, but it's the Dovecraft Paper Mania Simply Floral 6x6 pack. This one I have already been using a lot of. I also have my dies here, so I thought I could use this big heart with the X's in it to make the fringe heart. And then I've also pulled out this little tag die, and I thought I could make a little tag using, like, to go with the heart cards, because that's what my plan is. I've also got a little fringe heart, and I thought that maybe I could make a tag out of this one, but we'll see how things go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my papers, and then I'm going to cut them down into strips. Now I'm thinking that my strips are going to be between 1 inch and 1.5 inch maybe. I'll cut a couple and then I'll see what they look like. So I will be back in a minute. Okay, so that actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. Basically, by the time I cut all these down into strips, so this one is 1.5. Oh, why is it not focusing? Sorry about that. I drew a pencil mark, and then I put a C on the area where I'm cutting. So I did. Now this one's actually a lot thicker. So these ones, I actually had to do them all individually. So I did. So I've got 2 lots of these. And that one was this paper pad. So what I thought I'd do is, once, because I realised that I couldn't cut more than one of these ones at a time because it's a lot thicker. But also, these are my scissors. So they're the fringe scissors. I can cut through the paper, either with them, without one of the sides. This side here, this one right here, is actually blunt, so it doesn't cut properly. So all I've been doing is making little marks in this paper and using my normal scissors to cut the strips. But it goes through this paper okay. I'll see if I can find Right, if it'll focus, will it focus? Right, I don't know if you can see there, that one there is a wee bit more raggedy than the others, and that's what it was doing, but it was a lot worse when I was trying to cut through more. So I've done all these, and I thought what I'll do is I'll come on and I'll do this one with you. The same with this one. I will show you how I cut multiples of the paper, and this set was this one. So literally what I did is I just took my scissors and I lined up the edge with the inside edge, but not so as it cut this last one, so as it would give the same amount of border all the way through. And then I just went up to my little score mark, took it out, and then I've just tried to line up that one and cut up again, so as that I get the little fringe detail going all the way along it. Now what you can do is you can try and work out the spacing. See, sometimes I get a spacing that's too big, and sometimes I get a spacing that's a lot smaller than what I've got, which isn't very good. But I'm wondering what everybody else has been making. So my plan is I'm making a couple of these fringe hearts, and I'm going to use some mirror card and use the mirror card to back them onto. So then that's that one. It goes with that wee pile, because I actually have quite a few birthdays in September. There's a couple of people on YouTube have birthdays in September that I'm hoping to get these done for. Hopefully it won't take me too long. And a couple of birthdays, like it's my birthday in September and it's my mother-in-law's birthday in September. So I figured maybe making one of these for my mother-in-law as well might be nice, or something else, I'm not quite sure. So with this one, because there is quite a few sheets of paper in here, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm holding them with just little bulldog clips, and then because these scissors don't actually go through this much, all I've done is I've just put little score marks. Now if it'll focus, there, you see how that's more raggedy, looks more ripped than it does cut. That's because that scissor is actually blunt. So all I'm doing is I'm just making a little mark so as that I can then go back over it later with my other scissors. So I'm literally just making a mark in the paper, and then I'm going to use the other scissors and just cut straight up the marks that I've just made. Now this does take an awful long time, which when I did it I didn't realise how long it was actually going to take to do this, which is why I decided to go ahead and do all of them first and just leave one set of each for me to do on camera with you. And then all I did was, using my other scissors, I went straight up to that score line. And so everybody in this collaboration will be linked down in the description box. everybody will be making something completely different to me. We'll have all taken different inspirations from the scrapbook layout. Now there was some beautiful flowers on that page layout, which might actually be, someone might have picked them as their inspiration. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and finish cutting these into strips, and then I will be right back. Oops, sorry, not focusing. Okay, so that's them all done. That's that set done, and that's that set done. Now what I've got is just 2 pieces of white card, and I'm just going to stick the fringes on. Now I really want that as the top piece, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn them over and stick them from the bottom up. So I've just got my tacky glue here. So all I'm doing is I'm lining up the bottom, putting it on. Then with this one, I want it to overlap. So I'm only wanting the fringes to slightly overlap the paper underneath, so as when I go to cut it, there isn't an awful lot of white showing. So all I'm going to do is I go and do this, and I will be right back once I get to the top one. So I will see you in a minute. Okay, so that's me done. I finished this one, and I've just got the last one on this one to do. Like I said, I come back on and do the last one with you, and that is this one. And that is that. That's that all done. So that is my 2 fringe bits of card done. Now I'm really liking this one a lot more, because it actually sticks out a bit more because it's card, whereas this one lies quite flat because it's paper. So what I'm going to do now is I'm wanting this heart quite high up, because I really like this one. Actually, one lot of this would have been fine, because that's all it does. So first things first, I'm going to cut this one down, because I need to get it through my die cutting machine. So I'll cut this part down as well. So I'm just going to cut this part down right at the top here, so that I can see where the edge of that die is. So I'm really liking that. So this is just post-it notes. So this is just post-it notes. I'm just going to stick it on to hold my die in place. so as that when I run it through the die cutting machine it doesn't move too much. So I will run that through the die cutting machine and be back in a minute. Okay, so that's my 2 love hearts done, and as you can see that's what's left. So I've still got quite a lot of fringe detail down here that I can play around with, and the same with this one. I've still got a lot of the fringe detail. As soon as there we go. So I've got all the fringe detail down here that I can play with as well. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put these on card bases, and I'm maybe going to make up another one using this pink set because someone's birthday's in September and who absolutely loves pink, and I thought I could make up a birthday card with this one for her. So I will be right back in a minute. Okay, so this is the pink set that I've finished. The other 2 I've still not got onto card bases yet. They are still sitting right here like this because I'm having to go around and glue all the little bits because they keep falling off. So I actually glued this one, went around and glued a lot of it when I realised that my other ones kept falling off. So I done that before I put it through the die cutting machine. So this one is now completely finished. I've used some mini mat card or holographic card to just put a wee border all the way around the square, and then I've used some white card to make it pop a wee bit more. I don't want to put it just straight onto the card, but I didn't want to put it straight onto the mini mat card either, because the mini mat card, I don't know, there's just something about it. I just like the little border better than the plain putting it straight onto the mini mat. So that is the pinks one, and some of them they are still moving. And this is the little tag that I made as well to match it. So this was doing the exact same technique as I did previous, except I used all the pink papers, but there was a little bit of space, and I used that little bit of space and did this little tag here to match. And with the little tag, I've gone round with some hot pink thread just to secure it a bit more in place. And that is that wee set. So that is my make for my also inspired collaboration. I will come on and do a project share once I've actually fixed the other 2, and I will see you all again soon. Please go over and check out all the other channels. They will obviously be making something different. They will all be linked in the description box down below, and thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye for now.